Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to DePaul Catholic Alumni Stadium as the Wayne Hills Patriots look on to take the Wayne Valley Indians in today's Passaic County Girls Soccer Semifinal. I'm Andrew Gayo, alongside me, Matt Dubow, and David Suntup. Guys, keys to the game, success for the Patriots in order to beat the Wayne Valley Indians, who are 12-0.
I think Wayne Hills is really going to have to focus on offense and put the pressure on the Wayne Valley defense. Some of the forwards like Sabrina Heskins and Jackie Xavier are really going to have to get things going early and catch Wayne Valley by surprise. Keep the momentum in their favor throughout the game. David?
It's going to be a huge defensive matchup today for the Wayne Hills Patriots, and they have to look to stop number 23 for the Wayne Valley Indians, Katie Ryan. Look for junior defensemen Linda Stambuli, Becky Ollis, and Erica Kunzig to really try to bottle up Ryan, because Ryan is the engine that makes the Wayne Valley Indians go. And if Katie Ryan can score a goal or two in this game, that could be enough for Wayne Valley to win. So Wayne Hills really has to work on stopping Katie Ryan.
Well, we know last year, let's take a look at the flashback here. 2005 county final. Ryan was shut down. Erica Kunzig, Linda Stambuli, and Becky Ollis just plain out. They shut her down. She couldn't do anything. She couldn't score. And you know what? She can score, but not against the Patriots. Let's see if today's game is an indication if she chokes in the big situation or she's good in the clutch. Guess you could say that. And we're almost ready here to start. We will have a Wayne Valley roster shortly.
Also, we forgot to mention the revenge factor. We all know Wayne Valley wants a lot of revenge on Wayne Hills after last year's heartbreaking loss in the Passaic County final. So look for Wayne Valley to come off a lot of vengeance. But don't forget, Wayne Hills coach Lona Osrek, he always has his team ready to play.
We did not get a Wayne Valley roster, so here we go, boys. Here we go. We're going to have to, run the table here. I mean, we're going to have to see what we remember from last year. Ball's up on the right side. It's going to be kicked out of bounds. Free throw here. Erica Kunzig to take the free throw.
Andrew, it's a throw. Andrew, it's a throw.
Oh, my God.
Flashback to the Rampo game last year, Andrew.
Throw in. Oh, yeah. Ball's up. Hang on the side by number 19 of Valley. Number 19 takes it down the sideline, kicks it up to the center of the field, headed there by Becky Ollis of Wayne Hills. Locantor heads it down the sideline, and Allie Ruddy's going to take the throw in. Thank you, Matt Dubow.
No problem. That's what I'm here for.
Allie Ruddy kicks it down the side to April Knugowicz. Mallory Grossman kicks it to Sabrina Heskins, who kicks it to Locantor. Locantor down the sideline to Grossman and over kicks her. It's going to be a throw-in for the WV.
One of the keys for Wayne Hills in this game is controlling the tempo of this game. Even though Wayne Hills won 1-0 last year, Valley had a lot of chances in the Wayne Hills zone but couldn't capitalize, and they controlled the ball in the Wayne Hills zone and put pressure on the Wayne Hills defense. So Wayne Hills really has to get some good chances on offense and give their defense some rest.
Sabia takes it up into the middle of the field. She kicks it outside to Kunzig, who boots it intended down the right sideline. Cleared there by number 24 of Wayne Valley.
Back to what Dave was saying, Hills really has to keep the ball out of their end of the field. They want to put the pressure on the Valley goalie and make her work, get her frustrated. And if she gets frustrated, you're going to let in some easy goals.
The sun is blinding, to say the least. I am having vision difficulties, so if I don't get a number or somebody, I extremely apologize. Ball's going to go out of bounds. A throw-in for the Valley Indians. Oh! We have a change of a call here. It is in favor of Wayne Hills. Mallory Grossman to take the throw-in. Right, Dave? The throw-in. Here we go. Heskins. It's going to go back into Valley's favor. Throwing deep down the sideline. Bellandrini kicks it up. Taken there by Locantor. Locantor sends it across the field to Heskins. The Heskins Kunzig. Sorry about that.
Happens to the best of us.
Yeah, they're best friends. I get them confused all the time. Kunzig kicks it to the center of the field. Headed there by a Valley defender. Sabrina heads it to the middle, and it is cleared there by Allie Ruddy. Katie Ash kicks it up. Bellandrini Ball taken away by Victoria Mishna of Wayne Hills.
You got it right, Andrew. Last year there in the county final, that was one of the couple of names that we kept on messing up on, but we learned. We learned from last year.
Hey, you learn from your mistakes and you improve on your successes. I made that quote up for those who are wondering.
Wayne Valley coming into this game is 12-0, as we mentioned during our open. But Wayne Hills is also playing very well. They're 9-3, and they got off to a little bit of a rough start. They lost to Ramapo in a heartbreaker in overtime in their first game, and they lost to Passaic Hills, which was basically the turning point of their season, because after that loss, they came back with some really nice games, including wins against Ramapo and Northern Highlands. So ever since that game, Wayne Hills has played really well.
You know, there's so much bad blood between these teams simply because of the town rivalry. I mean, go ahead, Andrew.
Sorry to cut you off there, but Katie Ryan took it up the field, centered it, and the shot went over the net. And the score is still knotted up at 0-0 with a little under 36 minutes remaining in the first half.
I'm going to summarize what I was saying there before I let Andrew do his job. But, I mean, the emotion in this game just brings it to a whole nother level, and these players are really excited and pumped, ready to play. I'm sure they have the adrenaline flowing, and it's going to be a great matchup. I'm very excited.
It is a breezy, cold, windy October
Very
afternoon,
windy.
to say the least. I am absolutely freezing, but this nice little jacket I'm wearing is keeping me nice and cozy, to say the least. Dave has his little cute hat on. Brian Rossman, our cameraman, actually let Matt Dubow borrow his
Thank you very much
varsity
there,
jacket. So
I look very good in it. Don't worry.
Well,
I'm giving it justice.
I'm not going to comment on that last statement. Sabia takes the ball stolen by the Indians. Ruddy, taken away by Grossman to Heskins. Heskins gives it up to Grossman. Grossman centers it to the middle of the field. It's going to be knocked to the sideline. Katie Ash kicks it out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in here for the Indians. Knudowicz taking the throw-in. Am I saying that name right, Matthew Dubow? I'm not really the guru. Knudowicz. All right. You couldn't hear Matt Dubow because Dave was hogging the mic at the time. So.
Knudowicz, I believe, is correct.
All right, thank you.
I tend to be the one who knows the names a little bit better than you. I think I'm just more well known around Wayne Hills High School.
Wayne Hills High School. You were known around
It comes with the senior territory.
the northeastern part of the country. You were known more apart. Allie Ruddy kicks it up to Knudowicz. I'm just gonna call her April so I don't screw up.
There you go. Wayne Valley's doing a very good job of keeping the pressure on Wayne Hills. Yeah, Wayne Hills has to try to get a good clear here.
Freshman Lauren Sullivan has, I guess she's been in the game. I don't know. I haven't seen it. That was the first time I've said her name, but she's a freshman along with the backup goalkeeper Allie Cass. And Amy Singh, I'm sorry to folks about that. Thank you, David, for pointing that out. Amy Singh, a freshman defender, number 5, actually. She's also the other freshman on the team. Amy Singh, the brother of Booga Allen Singh, the famous three-point shooter for the Wayne Hills Patriots who recently graduated.
Does anyone know where he attends further education?
You know what? I did know, but I forgot.
Good luck to him wherever he is. I mean, we love Allen. We love him.
Yeah, every time he put up a 3 and it go in, the whole Gifford Gymnasium would start screaming "Booga." I mean, it would touch my heart. Let's get back to soccer here. Allie Ruddy takes it to the center of the field. Olis to Katie Ash. Ruddy sends a deep kick. Saved there by number 13, the goalkeeper, Samantha Levine. Levine's goal kick, a nice high boot down the center. And as you said, Dave, in talking earlier before the game off camera, the turf here is going to play a big part of the game because we did these high bounces that you have to judge off this artificial surface here. It's very hard.
Oh, definitely. And both these teams play on natural grass. The Township of Wayne has not yet decided to put field turf in at both fields. So it's definitely an adjustment. But Wayne Hills, I know for sure, has played on this artificial surface a few times at Altapan, at Ramapo. So
Indian Hills.
Indian Hills. So they have the experience playing on the surface. And both these teams played on artificial turf last year at the Passaic County Technical Institute. So they know what to expect here.
In addition, Ramsey and Demarest among the many NBIL teams. Passaic Valley too, with artificial surfaces.
Yeah, Wayne Township really needs to step it up and get a turf field for both facilities.
For those viewers confused, we still are in the township of Wayne here, but DePaul Catholic, obviously not a public school, not part of Wayne Township. So what they put, where their money goes, it goes to the turf. Ryan kicks to the center. Shot there by Bellandrini, saved by Samantha Levine. Samantha Levine, one of the quiet success stories this year for the Patriots. She came in for a role that Courtney Vaca really had secured for the previous 2 years, that she did a great job. And a lot of people were thinking, who's going to be the one to take over? And Samantha Levine has done an excellent job in succeeding her role of Courtney Vaca's.
Yeah, Sam Levine has really had a great season, her first starting season for the Wayne Hills Patriots. And while Courtney Vaca is bigger in size in terms of height, Sam Levine is more aggressive. And she's very aggressive, as you'll see, Sam Levine, going from side to side, going to the corners. So look for a lot of aggression from Sam Levine.
Ruddy, covered by Lokentor. Kick down the sideline to April. Savia kicks it up down the sideline. Number 24 of Valley kicks it up almost into the booth here. Oh my goodness, I got frightened there.
Andrew, I was wondering before the game if we would get any balls up here in the second level of this press box.
I don't know, with the win factor, that could be key. Kunzig kicks it down the sideline to Lauren Sullivan, who attempts to center it to Jackie Sabia. Mishna kicks it up, taken away by Valley. Ruddy trying to get the Indians on the move, centers it to nobody but to Samantha Levine. She easily and calmly picks it up and punts it down the right sideline.
Now, we were talking about Sam Levine and how she's a first-year starter, and much of this Wayne Hills team's very young. You have a lot of seniors that graduated last year, which has affected the team, but you see a lot of juniors who got some playing time as sophomores, like Becky Olis, Erica Kunzik, Sabrina Heskins, stepping it up and showing the experience that they need.
Well, excuse me, Sabrina Heskins would have if she did not tear her ACL, but she did play her freshman year on varsity, so the viewers understood your point, because most people that watch us, the very little people that do watch us, we thank you, that you probably would not have known that fact. Jackie Sabia, too, was on the roster, but she was just hurt.
And speaking of Sabrina Heskins and Jackie Sabia, it's basically like getting two new freshmen on the team, because last year they didn't play at all due to ACL injuries, and now they lost some key players on offense from last year. They lost Allison Pinadella, who was an all-county player. They lost Alyssa Baselli, but Baselli played on defense, but she still was a big offensive force for the Wayne Hills Patriots. So it's basically like getting two new freshmen in Sabia and Heskins, and they've accounted for such a large portion of the Wayne Hills offense, scoring a lot of goals and setting up a lot of goals.
Not to forget Marielle Pepe, a 3-year starter who actually would have been a 4-year starter if she did not play her freshman year at Wayne Valley.
Also, she played for Valley her freshman year and then moved to the Hillside. I didn't know that.
I didn't. Well, Dave, if you listen to what I just said.
Well, I didn't know that until just now.
You did not know that. Well,
I always pay attention to your great stories.
You learn something new every day. But yes, David, she did. She moved to the hillside, which is very skewed now with the new redistricting. I mean, it used to be Ratzer Road. But you know what? That you can't go by that anymore, because there's some greats that live on the other side of the Ratzer Road. For those who don't know, Will Piper lives on the other side of Ratzer Road, and he went to Wayne Hills High School. And and the old rule was if you live on the other side, you go to Valley. But now, it's a story for a rainy day, I guess you could say. We have a free kick here, right to Samantha Levine.
Shots on goal has really been in favor of Wayne Valley. I haven't seen many, if any at all, for Wayne Hills. I'm not sure of the statistics exactly, but they really need to try to get their offense moving.
Same problem last year, Matthew. Excellent point you brought up there, because last year in the final, even though the Patriots won 1-0, really Valley controlled the ball on the hillside the majority of the game, but it was just, you got to tip your hat to the Wayne Hills defense, as they are a hard-working class of girls. I would like to apologize, too. In my pregame open, I mentioned how Katie Ryan was shut down by Becky Olis, Linda Stambuli, and Erica Kunzik. Katie Ash also did a fantastic job. I'm sorry, I was on the spot there, but she also did a fantastic job in shutting down Katie Ryan.
Yeah, I forgot about Katie Ash, too. I dearly apologize. It's my bad.
Ball's kicked up the sideline, and it's going to be a goal kick for the WV Indians.
Andrew, how much of a factor do you think the weather will play in today's contest?
Oh, David, it's going to be a huge factor because it is cold, it is chilly, especially now the sun's starting to be covered up by the clouds, sun's going down. I mean, it's basically the toughest team is going to win this because these are two talented groups. Wayne Hills 9-3, Wayne Valley 12-0. So these two are battle tested. They've been here before. Let's just see what happens. Ryan makes a move down the sideline. Excellent footwork there by Ryan. Ball is kicked and nails Katie Ash. Back to Ryan. Linda Stambuli really covering her tightly. Ball centered and gobbled up there by Samantha Levine.
And worse today, Coach Osrek was working on those crosses towards the middle of the goal box, and Samantha Levine was working on cutting those off. And as you just saw there, Katie Ryan tried to cross the pass, but to no avail. Sam Levine comes in and cuts it off.
And you know what? Besides the weather being a factor, it's going to be coaching. Chip Smith is an excellent coach for the Wayne Valley Indians. He's been here before. But Lona Osrek, in his third season for the Wayne Hills Patriots, honest to God, I think he could be the coach of the year again, back to back, if he does this again, because he's a very young, talented group here, and not a lot of people expected Wayne Hills to make it this far. But you know what? They've overcome adversity, and they have.
Andrew, you went to some of Chip Smith's camps back in the day.
Yes, I did.
What kind of coach is Chip Smith, and what is he like?
He's a fun-loving guy. I mean, he used to play with. When I was 8 years old, I went to Fast Feet Soccer Camp. Actually, from when I was 8 years old to 11 years old, I went there. So I went for 4 summers, and it was just some fun times. Chip Smith, he used to go out, pretend he was the goalie. We were little kids back then, so if he could have saved it, he let it go through his legs. Let us laugh a little bit, but. Dan Kilday, too, he was there, who's the boys' coach. We always had a good time there, so it was fun stuff.
I also have to ask you this. Back in the day, we played boys soccer for the Panthers. We were 9 years old. It was a playoff game at, I believe, Pompton Lakes. And we were sitting on the bench. We were frustrated, and we were frustrated that we weren't playing. And look where we are now. Did you ever think back then we were sitting on the bench that we'd be broadcasting a county semifinal between Wayne Hills and Wayne Valley?
David, I probably didn't know what broadcasting was back then because it was just something else. I mean, you look at the way that we were back then. I mean, I was a hard-working defender for the Wayne Panthers. You were basically, I'd have to say you were the Ron Artest of the team, David. You would go out there. You were very angry if you didn't play. You'd throw chairs and objects, and it would be an ugly scene. But you know what? They changed, David, and look where we are now. We're successful announcers for the Wayne Hills Patriots.
Andrew, I love the compliment. I appreciate it.
We are actually going to have a special guest interview briefly with, it's a surprise. When he comes up here, we'll let you know.
He's on his way. I just talked to him.
And ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the shortstop for the Seton Hall Prep Pirates, Michael Martinez. Michael, it's a pleasure to see you. How are we doing?
Pleasure to be here. Thank you, Andrew.
The weather today, it's quite cold. I mean, you're dressed up. I actually have that Nike hat at home. I should have brought it. How's this today, and how was your confirmation that you recently had this morning?
It was good. Made a speech about Steven Domalewski, the kid that got hit in the chest with a baseball. And I guess he's in everybody's prayers now.
Mike, freshman year in speech class, you were often ridiculed for your extremely deep voice. How have you taken strides changing that, especially in your speech this morning for Steven Domalewski?
I guess strain the voice, and you really can't do much about it.
Hey, you know what? If you're a woman and you love a deep voice, Mike Martinez is the man for you. Just look him up. He lives in Wayne. Michael, I just wanted to bring this up because this is Wayne Hills, Wayne Valley soccer. As you know, your sister plays soccer. You've been to a lot of games. How is this artificial surface here at the Paul Catholic going to be a factor in today's game?
Well, it definitely speeds the ball up. I mean, compare this to natural grass. The ball moves a lot faster. The game's a lot faster. You got to be on your toes a lot more. So that's probably the biggest factor it's going to be today.
Now, Michael, you played baseball your freshman year at Wayne Hills. But
Yes, I did.
let's skip forward a little bit. You're at the prep now. You played your sophomore year. You're a little bit back and forth. You had to sit out your 30 days. How is the upcoming season coming up for the prep, and how was your preparation process going?
Well, this year, last year was rough because I had to sit out the 30 days, and that really cut back on my playing time. But this year, I'm just working hard, lifting 3 times a week, practicing, hitting, fielding, everything. You know, you just have to prepare for a long season, and States 07, baby.
States 07. I mean, you'll be there. There's no question about that. But in other terms here, we have 2 teams. But quickly before we let you know, breathe, because you're a little nervous here. You walk in, you're doing an interview already. The keys to this game for the Patriots to stop this 12-0 Wayne Valley group, they got a lot of hard workers. How are they going to stop them?
I guess keep them out of their own territory, which they're not doing a good job of right now. But I mean, you're gonna have to. Hey, soccer's about scoring points. You gotta put points up on the board.
And you know what we know they have a great defense. It's just gonna be who could score, because we saw last year it was 1-0 and Wayne Hills took the title. Michael, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
And we're back to the action here. Samantha Levine taking the goal kick for the Patriots. Locantor. See, they kick it to the center to Victoria Mishna. Mishna sends it to Erica Kunzig, who takes it up the right side back to Mishna.
The Wayne Valley defense is doing an amazing job of keeping the ball out of their territory, and Wayne Hills is really struggling in that area, and I think that could be the key to this game. I mean, you saw it last year, we were talking about it before, but if Wayne Hills doesn't pick it up, I mean, their defense can only handle so much.
Olis clears the ball for the Patriots. Sabia kicks it down the side. Katie Ryan gives it back to Ruddy, who sends it down the field. Sam Levine comes out of the net for the Patriots. They gobble it up for the save.
What I wish the Wayne Hills Patriots would do is, once Sam Levine makes a save, I wish she would let the forwards get down the field, so when she punts the ball, the forwards will be down the field, and that gets something started, because only one forward's down the field when she punts the ball, and that's not enough to get the rest of the team down there so they can have a decent offensive attack.
And to update you viewers, who are probably the few of you that are watching at home, the Lakeland Lancers defeated the Clifton team, which the Clifton Mustangs. Yes, it is the Mustangs. I totally blanked out there for a moment.
I knew that was from my PAL days. I remember their PAL is also the Mustangs.
At Dubow, you're a man of character. It was 1-0 the score, won by Lakeland. So Lakeland advances to the Passaic County Final. They play the winner of this game, Wayne Valley versus Wayne Hills.
Yeah, Wayne Valley is the 1 seed in this tournament, and Wayne Hills is the 5th seed. Wayne Hills had a couple of tough early losses to start their season, so that's why they were seeded kind of low. Because if the cutoff date for Passaic County seedings was a little bit later, Wayne Hills definitely would have had a higher seed, because after the loss of Passaic Hills, they really got hot. I think they won, Andrew, I think Wayne Hills won, 5 or 6 games after that Passaic Hills game.
After
maybe
the
a couple
Passaic
more.
Hills game, they went on a 6-game winning streak.
And so they lost to Northern Highlands this past Monday. And that was a tough 5-1 loss, so Wayne Hills is also looking to avenge that loss.
Ruddy kicks it to April, who kicks it back to number 21. I wish... Kerry Clark, Mike Martinez stepping up in the clutch there, letting me know who these people are. We were not supplied with a Valley roster before the game. Sam Levine takes another save there. She's just been an animal today in the box, Dave.
Oh, yeah. You have to be aggressive in the boxes. You can't let loose balls get to the Wayne Valley Indians in their offensive territory. You have to gobble up every ball and squash every scoring chance Wayne Valley has. And also, Katie Ash made a good play there, kind of shielding the Wayne Valley offensive player so she couldn't get to the ball before.
Ball goes out of bounds. Going to be a goal kick. And I just noticed something as substitutions come in here. We can't see that far, but this is a reunion for me, Matthew Dubow, and Mike Martinez. Television one with Mrs. Allegri freshman year for me. That was a hell of a class, to say the least.
You forget, so much time's gone by.
Yeah, I mean, it's Jimmy Stockdale also was part of that class. He's out in Penn State, Altoona.
Now at Penn State, a proud Nittany Lion.
One of the 40-something off campuses over there.
Yeah, it's a very, very large campus. You know, they have so many satellites. It's a great program.
Ryan up the sideline for the Indians, making a move on Stambouli. Love that. It's taken there. Ooh, a little contact there between Lawrence Sullivan and Katie Ryan. The refs are letting him play, and that's what the good thing is, right, Dave?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. Definitely a good thing. As Andrew turns his head in disbelief. I think in the last game that we did, the county final, there were a lot of fouls called, weren't there, Andrew?
Yes, Dave, there were a lot of fouls.
Not too many today. At all, if any.
Center there. Olis taps a little nice finesse. Oh, she is tripped there. Laid out. No foul call. Sam Levine comes up with a nice sliding save there. As last year, Dave, remember, Courtney Vaca made a similar save, and she was kneed in the head. She was okay, though.
Speaking of that play, Andrew, when Sam Levine went to get that ball, she slipped for that ball, that brought back flashbacks to last year. I was worried that the same thing was going to happen again. But as we said before, Sam Levine is really active around the goal box, and that's one of the reasons why Wayne Valley does not have as many scoring chances as they could have had.
Bellandrini kicks it up the field to Ruddy. That's not Ruddy. I screwed up. That's Shalari. Maybe it is. I don't even know. I can't tell. I don't know the numbers. And for those folks wondering at home, we have no access to rosters, so don't think we came unprepared. We did all the research we could. Nothing on the internet. No rosters were giving us prior to this game, so we're doing this on the fly.
While I have a free moment here, I'd like to give you tonight's trivia question, which is brought to you by Wayne Hills High School. Study hard and get good grades. When was the Patriots' last county title before 2005? Answer coming up shortly.
You know what, Dave? Going into this date, you were coming up with really good trivia questions. You're going back to your old ways here. That could be one of the worst trivia questions I've ever heard in my life.
Why do you think that?
Because it's so easy.
It's so easy.
It is.
Well, I want to see you think of a better trivia question, Andrew.
Oh, I could think of.
Let's see how clutch you really are.
I could think
Come
of
on,
40.
I'm challenging you.
Okay. How many years did gym teacher Brad Smith play on the Wayne Hills varsity soccer team at Wayne Hills?
Well, does that have anything to do with girls soccer? No.
It does something with soccer.
You're retired. You're past your prime when it comes to making up trivia questions.
I think this challenge calls that our next aired program, which I believe is Ramapo. Am I correct, Dave?
Actually, we have girls soccer against, I believe, Demarest next week.
I think that is
Volleyball.
Volleyball, not soccer. I believe that.
I meant volleyball. I choked. And then we have boys soccer against Demarest on the 24th. So we have two more events this home Ramapo. But anyway, big corner kick here for Wayne Hills. Andrew?
As I was saying, I think Andrew should come up with the next trivia question, whatever the program may be, and that's when he can prove his stuff.
Logan Torr takes a shot on goal, knocked down there by a Valley defender. Can't see with the sun blazing in my eyes. Ball centered in the middle of the field. Took a nice little hop on the artificial surface. Mishna kicks it up to Salviano. Is that Salviano? Yes, it is. Maybe it's not.
Wayne Hills is finally getting a little offense going. You know, they really, really need to give their defense a break. I'm sure they're winded and they're tired, and you know their defense can only handle so much. That's when you start seeing mistakes and then therefore goals being made when your defense is being constantly pounded, especially like this situation with the Wayne Valley offense.
Evan O'Connor.
And
Goal.
now, I'm going to give you the answer to tonight's trivia question, which is brought to you by Wayne Hills High School. Study hard and get good grades. The question was, when was the Patriots' last county title before 2005? And if you said 2003, you are correct. In 2003, they were co-county champions with the Clifton Mustangs.
Many people were unhappy with that due to, you know, two champions. I mean, as number 11 takes it up for the Indians, it is cleared there. Great job there by Erica Kunzig and Linda Stambouli getting back for the Patriots. Mallory Grossman as well. Olis to Sabia to Grossman. Grossman to Locantor. Locantor, a 4-year starter for the Patriots. Gives it to Sabia, who boots it down the field, intended for Salviano. Locantor. Oh, nice clear there by number 22 of the Indians. Mishna takes it down the side. Stambouli boots it. You know what, Dave? Stambouli's short in stature, but she's big and hard. I guess you could say that.
Oh, I definitely agree with you. When you think of Linda Stambouli, the first thing you think of is heart and desire. And she's definitely one of the top defenders on this team. And last year in the county final against Katie Ryan, she did a great job shutting down Katie Ryan. That's the main reason why Wayne Hills won that game. And so far, she's been doing the same today with the help of others.
Ryan takes it past Stambouli, centered, and Olis chips it up for Grossman. Grossman kicks it down the side. Salviano battling against Clark. Blown whistle on the play. It's going to be a Hills throw-in. She did not have both feet on the ground when she threw it, so it's a legal throw-in. As number 2, Matt Dubow, say the name because I'll say it wrong anyway.
Kim Caltagirone. We went over this in lacrosse last year, I believe, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, I kept messing up the name last year. But back to the throw-ins. Remember, Andrew, when we used to play soccer for Ralph, we always worked on those throw-ins. Both feet on the ground, you know, the right technique. And sometimes I messed up, and Coach Ralph was not happy with me when I messed up.
You had unorthodox form, to say the least, Dave. Salviano takes it to the center. Taken there by Wayne Valley. Clark down the sideline. Throw in here by Caltagirone. Is that better, Matt Dubow?
Very good. I'm very impressed, Andrew.
Hooked on phonics. Invest your money in it, folks. Salviano. Another throw in for Wayne Hills. Caltagirone.
Perfect, Andrew. It's perfect now.
I think I played soccer with her brother, if I believe.
Let me take my try. Caltagirone. Did I say it right?
Back to the action.
Did I say it right?
I'm going to have to agree. I think you said it much better than last year. I can tell you that much.
I worked on my name pronunciation throughout the summer. You know, I had some free time. I didn't get a job. No one wants to hire my services, so I really worked on it, you know?
I wonder why.
I mean, some of these names are very tricky, so I give you credit for that.
Olis to Ash. Locantor. Throw in there by Bellandrini.
If you're just joining us, just under 9 minutes here in the first half here at Dubow Catholic High School.
Alumni Field.
Thank you, Andrew, for the stadium name. This is my first experience here at Alumni Field.
I've been here before. Lauren Sullivan takes it down the sideline, the freshman.
Someone's down for Wayne Valley. I'm surprised they're still playing.
Someone is down. I can't really tell. Unless we have a telescope, I can't tell who that is. We're far away here.
She just got up as Allie Ruddy pointed to the ref to get the ref's attention.
And Allie Ruddy's down. And folks, we will be back. We're going to take a short break.
Gentlemen, we are back here at DePaul Alumni Stadium. We have an ambulance on the field. I'm taking over for Andrew Gayo. Once again, I'm Matt Dubow. Alongside me, Brian Rossman.
Taking Dave's top spot. You know, he got kicked out because he's, not a good announcer.
We decided, we took a majority vote, and Dave was voted off Survivor Island.
Yeah.
So he's now...
Due to his terrible trivia question.
Absolutely. So, to this game, I mean, this girl's got to be hurt, Brian. I mean, what goes through your head?
It's never good to lose a player on the team. You know,
the stretcher is being brought out. Excuse me, but that is just serious stuff. I mean, you never want to see that.
No, this is definitely not good for the Wayne Valley Indians.
Our thoughts and prayers go out to the Wayne Valley faithful. We're very scared. You know, no one likes to see this.
No, they do not, Matt.
So, Brian, how's hockey going?
Hockey's doing pretty good.
You start training yet?
Yes. We've undergone 2 practices so far. You know, the team's looking pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Better than last year? Or,
I certainly hope so. Okay. You know, it's shaping up to be a great season.
Okay. As Wayne Hills keeps their legs warm in this cold weather, you don't want to pull a muscle.
You definitely do not want to do that.
All right, I believe we're going to throw it to another break, and we'll be back with the continued action of Wayne Hills, Wayne Valley semifinals of the county championship.
And we're back here at the Paul Catholic Alumni Stadium as the injury was very long. It took close to a half hour for the ambulance to arrive. As we wish the best to the girl that got hurt. Who was the girl? We couldn't see the number from here.
I couldn't see the number either, but it was a terrible injury. She couldn't get up at first, and then she almost did manage to get up, but then she sat back down on the field. Really a terrible injury, and we wish a speedy recovery for the girl and her family. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please email the Wayne Hills TV Club at WayneHillsTV@AOL.com. Once again, that is WayneHillsTV@AOL.com. And so far, I've got a whopping 1 email this season.
1 email. That was...
Yeah, besides the emails that told me that I didn't win World Series tickets for the Mets. Very heartbreaking. Anyways, back to the action here.
Ball taken up the field. Festum is here. He's made his appearance into the booth. As I guess this place has become a free-for-all. I mean, Mike Martinez, who hasn't been in the North America in a decade, showed up. I mean, this is out of control. Ryan Dubin, who actually people were asking if the boys played today, but they didn't know the boys lost 2 weeks ago. I mean, people need to get familiar.
Boys lost to Eastern Christian, right?
Yes, they lost to Eastern Christian. Festum, you have something to say?
Yeah, it was very upsetting. I remember the game. It's just horrible. Defense collapsed. It was just very sad, But I hope the girls win. They're doing good.
Forgot Festum plays. Who knew? I could have asked him. I saw the jacket and everything, and I don't know, but we have a break here. Calde Jerome gets tackled there by number 22, and she is down. Oh, my goodness. This is not good, folks. Another Hills player, Kim Calte-Giron, took a hard fall on the turf as she is laying there in pain. The referee's got to blow the whistle already. Sam Levine gets the ball as another injury to Kim Calte-Giron. She is trying to get up.
These refs have to know if someone's down, they're down. They're not getting up. There's no reason to play on for another minute after someone's hurt. And do you think that was a dirty tackle, Andrew?
I think it was borderline.
Borderline, but I mean, she got kicked in the shin pretty hard.
Lona Osrek and Margaret are running to the injury to Kim Calte-Giron.
As Margaret's getting cheered on by the Wayne Hills faithful.
Margaret is getting a very loud ovation by the Wayne Hills faithful. You probably can't hear that because we don't have the shotgun mic onto the crowd.
A very large faithful here at the Paul Alumni Stadium, and we're going to be right back after this break.
Kim Calderon is getting taken off the field by Lona Ozarek himself.
Lona does everything from coaching the team to making sure everyone's ready to play, from motivational speeches to carrying off injured players from the field. Lona's just he's a guru.
Yes, he is.
Sorry about that, Matt, but also I'd like to thank Lona Osler for giving Brian and Rossman the girls' soccer roster in math class. Brian, what's it like to have Lona as a teacher?
He's a very good teacher. I'm doing very good in this class.
Thank you, Brian. I know you're very proud that you're doing well in his Algebra 2 class. Anyways, back to the action here.
Grossman throws out the field to Locator, who then throws it to Sabia. Sabia takes it to Locator. This sun is really a factor in today's broadcasting contest. Katie Ash. Mishna kicks it up the field to Sabrina Heskins. To the middle of the field to Locator. Back to Sabia. Sabia takes a shot. Saved there by Shannon Mozak. That is her first save of the afternoon for the goalkeeper. Shannon Mozak, again, another goalie that took over for a 4-year starter in Jesse Clark.
Jesse Clark was an absolute stud in goal for the Indians last year, so that was a huge void to fill. But the Wayne Valley goalie, Andrew, who's the Wayne Valley goalie again?
Shannon Mozak.
Shannon
Mozak
has done a sensational job so far, and she's one of the reasons why the Wayne Valley defense has been so great this year and why Wayne Valley is undefeated so far.
This is an absolute struggle to see the far side of the field for us, Dave, because this sun is just horrific.
Well, Andrew, that's why they invented sunglasses, and unfortunately, you didn't have the intelligence to bring a pair with you today. But it happens to the best of us.
Rule number 1 in broadcasting, Dave, is do not insult other people's intelligence.
Never insult the play-by-play announcer. You just don't do it.
Andrew just knows I'm busting his chops. That's just the way we roll here at WHTV.
Guys, let's get back to the game. I mean, we've seen 2 injuries thus far, and both of them seem pretty major. I mean, that just shows the emotion that's in every player here. I mean, they're playing hard, and they don't care if they get a little rough. I mean, it comes with the territory, and it's really been a very physical matchup.
Gentlemen, just listen to this stat. And this is Lona Ozarek's 3rd year. His record is 38-3-2. That's unbelievable.
Well, Andrew, they lost 3 games last year and 3 games this year, so. And I'm sure they lost some games when.
Dave, I'm going by what the record's telling me, so I'm including this year's plus this. So.
Wait, so he's 38-10-2. Oh, I thought he said 33-2. My bad. Sorry for calling you out.
It's okay.
David likes to call us out.
He does like to call us out.
We have done nothing wrong.
He doesn't understand that
I can't believe you, Matthew.
You gotta stop picking on us.
Well, Andrew, we're like the football team. We want perfection.
Well, I had perfection. Well, and you called me out. He's 38-10-2. That's unbelievable, to say the least.
Oh, definitely unbelievable. Here's one of the reasons why this program has been just a powerhouse the last couple of years.
Wayne Hill's finally getting some offense going. I mean, they've been struggling. We just keep repeating everything here. I mean, the offense has to really step their game up.
Corner kick here for the Patriots. Free kick, I believe it was. And a shot into the middle of the field, headed there by a Valley defender. And it's going to be cleared by the Indians. By Katie Ryan. Sabia gets bumped by number 21, Katie Clark. Kerry Clark. Oh, my God. Thank you, Michael, for correcting me. Mallory Grossman centers it to Jackie Sabia, which is taken back by Valley to Katie Ryan. Olis just stuffs Katie Ryan in her pursuit to the goal. Great defense there by Becky Olis. Mishna gives it to Kunzig. Kunzig looks to set up the offense.
We're down to the last 2 minutes and a half. I mean, it'd really be a great motivation push for Wayne Hills to even if they just get some more shots on goals, they don't necessarily have to score, but they have to get a little more momentum in their favor.
Konzig kicks the ball up to Lokentor. Lokentor to Haskins. Haskins looks to pursuit. She takes a shot and it is wide left of Valley's goal, but excellent pursuit there by the Patriots to move the ball into the Valley zone to get some points on the board, and that's key.
Yeah, Wayne Hills is now pushing in the Valley defensive zone, so now they're getting a lot of good opportunities on net, and now it's going to be a big corner kick for Wayne Hills.
Ball clear there by April Kornunowicz. Going to be a throw-in here for Hills as they try to score before the closing of the half. Grossman throws it. Haskins fighting for it. Another throw-in here for the Patriots. Grossman throws it to the middle, knocked away there. Mishna to Konzig. Konzig to the far side. I cannot see the number because of the sun.
14.
14, so that's Lawrence Sullivan. Crop middle in there. Sabia. Physical play there. Shannon Mozek's going to take this one. Takes the goal kick. Lokentor takes it for the Patriots. She crosses it up to Sabia. Sabia down the field to Konzig. Konzig gives it up to Sullivan. Sullivan is going to go out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick for the Indians.
Just under 2 minutes here left in the first half of play. Both teams are deadlocked at 0, so it's been a huge defensive battle here in today's game.
And that is the end of the first half of action, as the Wayne Hills Patriots and the Wayne Valley Indians are all tied up here at 0 deadlock. Defensive battle for both teams. Guys, thoughts on the first half, and what is Wayne Hills going to have to do in the second half to win this game?
I think they're going to have to do exactly what they were doing for the last 2 minutes of play in the first half. Keep the ball in Valley territory. You want to keep your offense moving and your defense fresh. Keep some fresh legs on your defense. They can run it out. Becky Olis is doing a great job, as is Katie Ash and the rest of the Wayne Hills defense. They've really shut down the Wayne Valley offense, who's kept the ball in the Wayne Hills territory for most of play. So, I mean, Coach Lona really has to get his offense moving, you know, give a good speech at the half, and I think they're going to come out, do just as they did in the end of the first half, and maybe get a goal early.
Like you just said, Matt, Wayne Hills, they have to get some opportunities on offense to control the ball in the offensive zone, give their defense a breather so the defense can stay fresh at the end of the game. And for Valley, they have to get Katie Ryan involved, because Katie Ryan is the top scorer on this Indians team, and if they can get her involved and give her some chances, Valley will have a good chance to score. And Wayne Hills has to do a good job stopping Katie Ryan in order for Wayne Hills to succeed.
And it just seems ever since the Valley injury, the Patriots have had the ball in the Valley zone for the majority of the half. So maybe it's just been a momentum changer for the Patriots. I mean, everything's been going in their way. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back for the second half of action as the Wayne Hills Patriots and the Wayne Valley Indians are all knotted up at 0.
Wayne Hills High School against Wayne Valley High School.
In a battle of two crosstown rivals, the Wayne Hills Patriots and the Wayne Valley Indians, the Patriots are ready for this county final. Wayne Hills on the corner kick trying to get something started as the ball is headed and it's kicked out by Wayne Valley in a battle of defense. Katie Ryan down the field beats the Wayne Hills defense, but Courtney Vaca is there for the save. Wayne Hills trying to get on the board. A nice corner kick. Tried cleared by Wayne Valley, but Alyssa Baselli there. It hits off a Valley player, and Wayne Hills gets their first goal of the game, and they take a 1-0 lead. The Patriots are ecstatic. Katie Ryan looking for room. A nice diving stop by Courtney Vaca. Wayne Valley's trailing 1-0. And Courtney Vaca comes out of the box to make a save as she gets knee in the head, but she's okay because Wayne Hills is winning 1-0. More defense from the Wayne Hills Patriots as Katie Ryan goes to her right. She tries to cut it back. And the Wayne Hills Patriots, your 2005 Passaic County champions. What an upset over the Wayne Valley Indians as the Wayne Hills Patriots defeat Wayne Valley 1-0. What a ball game. These seniors going out on top. And as you see, the lady seniors are trying to give Lona Ozarek the water cooler as Ariel Danziger stops Lona, and then they get Lona on the pants with the water, and then the Patriots finish off the touch on Lona with the water jug on his head. Team picture. This is going to be a great memory for everyone. What a thrilling moment as the Wayne Hills Patriots upset the Wayne Valley Indians for their first county title since 2003, and they are your 2005 Passaic County champions.
And welcome back to DePaul Catholic Alumni Stadium as this is the girls Passaic County semifinal for girls soccer. All night up at 0, Wayne Valley, Wayne Hills. I'm Andrew Gayo, David Suntub, Matt Dubow, and Mike Martinez in the booth with me. Konzig clears it out to the side. It's going to be a corner kick. Yeah. They did switch sides for those who were wondering, you know, a little confusion there. Matt Dubow was wondering why Erica Konzig did not shoot that, but she's defending her own goal, so.
You don't want to score in your own goal in a game like this.
Corner kick there. Great play there by Becky Olis as she heads it out. Linda Stambouli kicks it up the field. Oh, that was not Linda Stambouli. That was number 10, who is Jackie Savia.
Congratulations to Becky Olis being confirmed today. She's a great Christian.
I think this is the first time in Wayne Hills TV history that someone is announcing that does not attend the school anymore.
And if you're wondering who that announcer is, it is Michael Martinez of the Seton Hall Preparatory School.
The former student.
He's about to bigger and better endeavors.
And I think the NJSIAA is breaking a rule here, David. In the rule, it states that when you start a game, you must, if you want to have the lights on during a game, you must start with the lights on. But I guess they're making an exception since this is a county semifinal. There's been 2 injuries thus far, so they're starting to put on the lights for the kids' purposes.
Well, it's the twilight game, if the lights were out before, it was so sunny that the glare was going to be even greater. So I disagree with the rule book for the NJSIAA, and I think I should write maybe like a petition, because I think the rule should be changed, but they definitely should put the lights on, because then someone could get hurt if you're playing in the dark.
Well, they are coming on now, so. Another corner kick here for the Indians. Indians coming out really pumped up, I guess you could say, in the second half here, really pushing the ball.
But Wayne Hills controlled the opening kick to start the second half. There was a botch pass, and then Wayne Valley controlled possession. They still have possession in the Wayne Hills zone. So Wayne Hills needs a big defensive stand here.
Cross there, knocked away by Sam Levine. Great job there. Lauren Sullivan's going to take it up the field for the Patriots. What's her first name? Alexa. All right, we're on there. Savia kicks it up the field for the Indians. It's going to go out of bounds. Throw in there by number 12. Konzig kicks it up the field. Locator kicks it up for Heskins to get to. Locator. It's going to go out of bounds. A throw in here for the Wayne Hills Patriots. Taken by Konzig. Konzig throws it to Locator. Nicole Locator crosses it. Beautiful cross there. Knocked away by the Indians. Good defense there by Wayne Valley. For those wondering, we are not announcing for the Township of Wayne. We are announcing strictly for Wayne Hills since we are the Wayne Hills television crew. So before you email us and criticize, just remember, we're a Wayne Hills-based group. I was just in that shot, ladies and gentlemen. I am one of the most beautiful human beings in the Western Hemisphere, so you're very privileged to see the back of my head.
Andrew?
Well, David, you're just above me on the list, so.
Oh, I appreciate the praise. You know me.
Yeah, well.
You know.
Yeah. Dave is single, guys, so. Woman, I mean. Take that back. Sorry, folks.
That's an insult, Andrew.
I did not mean. You know what I meant.
Back to the action here, though. We have a great defensive. What have I said? We have a great defensive matchup here so far in this game.
I think you were going to say.
I meant to say deadlock.
I think you were going to say dreadlock there.
Deadlock.
No, but dreadlock is, you know. That's a hairstyle you would look very fond in. Going to be a corner kick for the Indians.
Just over 35 minutes here left in the second half. The score tied at 0, so one goal here or there could win this game.
Lakeland players staying for this game, scouting from the stands.
Yeah, Lakeland earlier today here at the Paul Catholic High School defeated Clifton 1-0.
Sam Levine with another sensational save on that play to keep Wayne Hills in the game. Sabia takes it up. Not Sullivan. Number 12 for the Patriots, Chelsea Stambouli in the game. The younger sister of Linda Stambouli.
Andrew, what do you think about this sister combination of Stambouli for the Wayne Hills team?
Well, they've got heart, and they got a lot of skill. You know, they work very hard. This is not the only sport they play. Linda plays basketball, and they both play lacrosse. So, you know, they're very well-rounded children. I guess you can leave it at that. They also have a younger sister, Melanie. Becky Olis gives it up to Erica Kunzig. Mishna, taken there by Allie Ruddy. Ryan, saved there by Samantha Levine. Oh boy, I feel bad. Sam Levine just trucked Katie Ryan. Now Katie Ryan is never going to come in the box again. That's a great statement there by Samantha Levine to show that, you know what, this is my box, and if you come in it, you're going to have to pay.
Wayne Hills really showing the toughness of the defense here. But to win this game, they're going to need to put some more pressure on Wayne Valley and their defense. Wayne Hills moving up the field. There's a foul called.
So the refs, now that this game is close and it's getting later in the contest, the refs are really calling this game tighter. I think in the first half of this game, that's not a foul.
This free kick's going to make things a lot more interesting as you hear the Wayne Hills crowd, as I'm in your shot again, is going crazy.
Free kick here for the Patriots. Locator shoots it just high of the net.
Well, Locator knew she had to kick that ball high over the Wayne Valley wall, but a little too high, but we all know that she has a good leg.
Oh, yes, she does. She's the captain for your Wayne Hills Lady Patriots, so you know that she has good leadership skills.
And a high kick by Kunzig.
Ruddy kicks it off Olis. Ball in the air, header. Ryan taken away by Stambouli. As Ryan comes up, shaken up. Sullivan. Ball's taken by the Patriots. By the Indians, excuse me. Samantha Levine's going to let it go. Goal kick now for the Patriots.
You know, this Wayne Hills defense has just been a wall today. They're not letting anything by them. They're ganging up on the offensive, on the Wayne Valley side, and they're really just stopping everyone.
Goal kick here for Samantha Levine. Sends a high, booming kick to about the 47-yard line. Sabia trying to get the offense started. Sabia sprints down the side. She puts a move there. She's going to cross it into the center, and Mozek's going to take it for the save. Jackie Sabia had excellent pursuit running down the sideline, showing off her skill. High bounce there. Linda Stambouli puts a head on it. Sullivan heads it. Nice play by Lauren Sullivan to stop anything of Wayne Valley's offense. Who Wayne Hills faithful's really getting into it now. It's mostly the JV soccer team.
Also, the varsity boys soccer club looking on.
Well, they're not that loud. I mean, Ryan Dubin, he keeps to himself.
Yeah, Zelma and Eric told him just to relax when watching games like this, and Ryan was more of a quiet fan.
Sabia kicks it up, taken there by Lauren Sullivan, trying to control it, and it's going to be a throw in here for the Patriots. Erica Kunzig kicks it up the field. Shit. Locator. Cleared there by Wayne Valley. Ball kicked over there. Throw in there by Wayne Valley as tight defense there by the Patriots. Chelsea Stambouli showing good pursuit. Mallory Grossman, actually, excuse me. Oh, guys, I think we screwed up. You know what? Where's Matt Dubow? He told me that number 12 was Chelsea Stambouli. Matthew, number 12 is Mallory Grossman. Number 11 is Chelsea Stambouli. So we didn't mess up the whole game, but early on in this half, we screwed up. Sorry,
well,
folks.
Andrew, it's your responsibility to look at the roster. That's why the roster is posted on the wall here.
Kunzig trying to get things started. Centers the ball. As Katie Ryan, Becky Olis once again stopping Katie Ryan, and anything short of a goal for the Indians. I mean, Becky Olis has done an excellent job.
Great play there by Becky Olis as the Wayne Hills defense was caught off guard, but Becky Olis comes out of nowhere to make a great play and kick the ball away from Katie Ryan.
Sam Levine takes another save, adding to her statistics, trying to get some awards onto her resume. The high goal kick goes out of bounds off the turf. Throw in here for Wayne Valley.
Wayne Hills, their midfielders, doing a good job at getting the offense some opportunities. With that opportunity with Sabia, I mean, they're starting to put some more pressure on the Wayne Valley defense.
Substitutions coming in now for the Indians.
Here comes in number 5 for number 16.
If we had rosters, it'd be very helpful. But you know what? I guess those things nowadays are overrated.
For whatever team advances to the county championship, it'll be next Saturday, October 21st at 1 o'clock at the Passaic County Institute. And following that game will be the boys' county final. I'm not sure who's in the final for the boys.
Clifton is a lock, Dave. So.
Oh yeah, definitely, no doubt about it. They've won the last 9 years.
Yeah. Great program over there.
Except the Clifton girls team lost to the Lakeland Lancers today, 1-0. So Lakeland will be playing the winner of this game.
Bellandrini kicks it up the field. Olis clears the ball. Taken there by the Wayne Valley. Clark looks to kick it up the side. Takes a nice little hop for the Patriots. It's going to be a free kick for the Indians. Unsure why. Handball possibly.
You know, Andrew, I think you could agree with this. Wayne Hills has gotten more scoring opportunities in the first 10 minutes of this half than they had all of the entire last half.
That's an excellent point you brought up, Michael. I mean, this half, whereas in the first half, Wayne Hills really had no opportunities. In this half, they've gotten many, but Wayne Valley's kept on their pursuit on the offensive side. As you see there, Samantha Levine uses her footwork and her soft hands there as she takes it up and punts a nice one. Nice placement there, intended for Nicole Lokentor.
With Sam Levine's play this year, she could definitely be looking all-county.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, all-league is a lock, but she's definitely going to be an all-county player.
She has been everything that Wayne Hills has needed on their defense.
Sabia taken away there by Wayne Valley. Ruddy kicks it up. Olis just continues her outstanding play today. I mean, she's really stepped up her game. I mean, she was confirmed today according to Mike Martinez. So, I mean, the Lord is with her, I guess you could say. And we also are here at DePaul Catholic, so it all goes hand in hand.
You know, Becky O is a great combination of size and a very powerful leg. Helps out this Wayne Hills defense.
We have an update for you. The Wayne Hills football Patriots defeated the Ramsey Rams 42-0.
What a shock. I'm in absolute shock. 42-0. Wow. For the viewers at home, I was just kidding about that. Wayne Hills has allowed a point since they defeated the Fairlawn Cutters, I believe, 45-6. That got September the 16th, I believe.
So over a month.
Yeah, first team off, first team defense is not a lot of points.
And I can tell you this much: they're still not satisfied. Heskins fighting for the ball. Logan Torr and Heskins trying to get something started is cleared by Wayne Valley. Free throw-in coming in for Wayne Hills.
Andrew, I think after this game, you have to go home and say the word throw-in 100 times in a row.
I think I'm going to do that.
Well, I think you should, because you have to realize we're at DePaul Catholic High School. We're not at the Young Men, Young Women Hebrew Association.
Dave, that's a great place you just brought up, because you reminded me I have to work tomorrow morning, so I'll be on my best behavior. Kunzig to Sullivan. Sullivan trying to get something started. She crosses one into the middle to Locator. Locator cleared there by Bellandrini as the ball goes back into the Valley zone. Wayne Hill's really putting a pursuit on. Katie Ryan has really been, they've handled her very well today, the Patriots defense, to say the least. Kanunovich taking it up for the Indians. She centers it, and Rebecca Olis is having an outstanding game.
Especially in the second half. She's really upped her pace there, and she's doing a great job on defense, especially shutting down Katie Ryan. Because every time Katie Ryan has the ball, 2 or 3 defenders are attracted to the ball, and they're trying to take the ball away from Katie Ryan. So Katie Ryan has not had a lot of room to work today.
I'm lost for words. I mean, she's been outstanding. That whole defensive unit has played outstanding today.
And it goes back to Lona Osrek's coaching tactics. I mean, in the middle of August, when every fall sports program has what you'd like to call Hell Week, Wayne Hills girls soccer program is doing suicides, campuses. I mean, they're in great shape. So when it comes down to these very intense soccer matches, they're going to be ready to play these long games.
Locantor takes it down the sideline. She centers it, and it goes just over the net. Great shot there by Locantor.
She definitely has a great leg, like I said before. That was just such a tough angle. That was going to be impossible for her to get in. I don't even know if she was trying to score there. I think she was trying to center it.
Goal kick here for the Indians. Headed there by Locantor. Locator, back to Kunzig. Kunzig boots it down the side, across the field. Ball's taken by Wayne Valley. They're looking to pursue. Clark takes it up for the Indians. She passes it to the middle. Knocked around there by Katie Ash. Mishna takes it. Cleared there by the Patriots. Salviano trying to make something happen for the Patriots. Salviano knocked it back there. She gets it back. Gives it to Sabia. Sabia puts a move there. It's going to go out of bounds. And it is going to be a goal kick for the Wayne Valley Indians.
So, Andrew, just over 21 minutes here left in the game. What happens if there's a tie after regulation?
Overtime, I believe.
Overtime, and then there has to be a shootout.
Yes, there is a shootout, because you obviously can't have co-semifinalists into the championship. Otherwise, you'd have 3 teams on the field, and that would be pretty ugly. That'd be actually pretty interesting. Think about it. 3 teams on the same soccer field playing for one thing.
They would just be wreaking havoc.
There would be. So much confusion.
Although going into a shootout, I would be confident with Wayne Hills. We have a great goalkeeper, Samantha Levine, and our shooters can really put it in there.
But I'm sure that the Patriots would love to just score now or in the overtime because, shootouts, anything can happen. Just look at the World Cup. I mean, I had no idea how Italy won that game.
It would just be a dramatic victory in overtime for Wayne Hills.
Oh, it would be. Salviano kicks it, and it's going to be taken by Mozak. 20 minutes remaining here in the second half, in the game, I should say. Wayne Hills and Wayne Valley all knotted up at 0.
Andrew, I think Wayne Hills is playing more of a defensive game right now because they dropped back most of their team, and they only have 2 people playing over the 50-yard line in the Wayne Valley zone. Don't you think that Wayne Hills are trying to get more of an offensive attack since both teams probably know at this point 1 goal basically wins this game? Wouldn't you agree with me, Andrew?
I absolutely agree. I'm just thinking about what you said. Oh, as a foul is called by Jackie Sabia. In the second half, they really have gotten into a more offensive mode. But overall, Lona Azraq just stresses defense. And Matt Dubow has something to say because we haven't heard his voice since the Great Depression.
I'm back up. I had to fill in a little camera work, We're a little short today. But what I was going to say is that we've seen a lot more penalties in the second half than we've seen in the first, We were saying that they were letting a few loose calls go by, but it seems like they've with the 2 injuries in the first half, that they're making things a little stricter.
Absolutely, Matthew. As Sabia
moving up the field.
Thank you for covering for me, Michael. I appreciate it.
I got you. As Dave said, they look more defensive, but they have had more scoring opportunities, and they look more physical in the second half.
Clark kicks it down the side. Olis kicks it to Ali Salviano, but is broken up by Chiara Ballandrini. Dave, know who I wonder who's at this game? Mrs. Burns. I really wonder if she's in the attendance tonight with her New York Knicks jacket.
Well, I could say if Wayne Valley won their semifinal game at PCT today, Pam Burns will be at the finals next week.
That would be something to see.
No, but I don't think Pam is here today. But if she was here, who would Mrs. Burns be rooting for? That's a tough call. Her son's Wayne Valley Indians, and TJ Burns is a member of the varsity squad, or the girls team, and she coached some of these girls.
She did?
On the Wayne Hills team, yeah.
Back to the game. I'm losing my train of thought. Locantor to Konzig, back to Locantor. Trying to get something started. Heskins. Konzig puts a lefty boot there. Down the side. Taken there by Canuto, which the cold air is settling in. Now, Sabia takes it up. It's going to go out of bounds. But Dave, back to your point about how they had to get more offensive-minded. They've done an excellent job in the second half, getting more offensive-minded. The opportunities have been there. It's just they haven't been able to capitalize.
Yeah, they've been getting more crosses towards the middle of the field, and they've been controlling more of the tempo in the offensive zone. But they have to get some shots on the goalie and hope that one of them goes in. Like last year when Alyssa Basso scored her goal, it wasn't the best shot, but it hit off the foot of a Valley player and went in. So the more shots that you put on goal, the better your chances are of scoring. And Wayne Hills has to resort back to last year when they scored that goal and try to put in the same thing as last year.
Corner kick here for the Indians. It is set in the middle, and it goes just wide left. The Patriots dodged a huge bullet there as the ball just scooped to the side. Really, I got very tense on that last play.
Oh, I did too. Sam Levine was beat to her right, and Wayne Valley had it open. I believe that number 19 is Allie Ruddy.
Yes, it is.
If she was able to head that ball in, that could have been the ball game right there, because she had a wide open goal that was just out of her reach on the header.
Mozek kicks the ball up. Sabrina Heskins looking to start something. She gives it back to Kunzig. Kunzig kicks it deep down the field. It's going to go out of bounds toward the home dugout for the DePaul Spartans Baseball Club. It's going to be a goal kick for the Indians.
You know, one thing Wayne Valley's been able to do offensively that Wayne Hills has not is they've been able to execute the shots on goal. Wayne Hills is getting some nice crosses, like Dave was saying before, some good passing, but they just can't get their shots on goal. I'd say right now it's heavily in favor of Wayne Valley as far as the statistic goes. But I mean, if Wayne Hills can start to, you know, move the ball around offensively, get it towards the goal, get some shots, they're going to improve their chances of winning. Right now, it seems like they're just sitting back waiting for the inevitable, playing a very defensive game.
Trying to stay warm in here. In the booth here at DePaul Catholic Alumni Stadium, Wayne Hills Patriots, Wayne Valley Indians girls soccer, Passaic County semifinal game. We're here. I'm Andrew Gayo, David Sunta, Matt Dubow, Mike Martinez, and our cameraman Brian Rossman. All tied up at 0, 14 minutes, 56 seconds remaining in the half. As the Indians faithful is starting to get a little rowdy, trying to get something started for their team. Wayne Valley is home in this game.
You know, Andrew, as the sun is starting to set, the temperature is starting to drop, and it's getting a lot colder.
Well, according to Sam Champion on Eyewitness News, it's supposed to be 35 degrees tonight, so I came prepared. The ball just skips past Shannon Mozak, and that's going to be a huge play for the Patriots, because that could have been a goal kick. But now since it tipped off her hands, we're going to see a corner kick here and see if Wayne Hills can capitalize.
I know the Wayne Valley goalkeeper probably wishes that they let that ball go, or she wishes that she let that ball go. But now, let's see if Wayne Hills can capitalize. They have a corner kick here. Locantor, has a great leg.
Locantor sends it really deep, and it bounces to the other side of the field. Back to Katie Ash. Ash kicks it up the side, taken by the Indians. Sabrina Heskins kicks it up, taken by Clark. Clark kicks it down the field. Ash kicks it up, taken by Ruddy to Bellandrini. Bellandrini kicks it down the field. Gonna go out of bounds. A goal kick here, gonna be taken by Samantha Levine.
Wayne Valley's trying to neutralize this push of momentum that's coming from the Wayne Hills offense. They got a few shots on goals. The corner kick, I mean, that's really what they're going to have to do. You're going to see Sam Levine here taking a goalie kick. By keeping the ball on the Wayne Valley side, they're keeping momentum in their favor and shifting Wayne Valley's gameplay to a defensive game. That's what they need to try to eke out a goal here in the second half.
Ruddy kicks Nicole Locantor, and she went down, but she's going to get up because she's tough. Sabia kicks it down the side to Sullivan. Under the lights here at DePaul Catholic, just a beautiful sight for you those to see. As you see the faded DP in the center logo on the field. Nicole Locantor kicks it up to Sabia, to Sullivan. Sullivan, they're trying to get something started. Locantor kicks it up. Olis heads the ball to Kunzig. Takes a nice high bounce. It's going to go in the Patriots' favor. A free kick here as Krista Shalari with the, well, I guess, unnecessary roughness there. I don't know. At about the 25-yard line. I love it that the football numbers are on here. It makes you sound so much more professional. Because, like, when people say, oh, you kick it from the 18-yard line, I have no idea what they're talking about. But now I have an idea because it's right by. That's actually where the box is, at the top.
Just over 12 minutes here left in the second half. So, as we have to move away, so Brian Ross can get his camera shot in. So both teams are really going to try to play more of a defensive style now, I would think. Just to, well, Andrew, what would you do? Play more of a defensive style to not allow a goal, or play more of an offensive style to try to get a goal?
I think at this point you're going to have to score because their defense has been there. It's going to be there. There's a shot there by Becky Olis as they put a lot of people in the box there to get a goal as it was knocked away. Locantor is down. Oh my goodness, she got hit square in the face. She's gonna try to get up. Oh, and she's upset because I mean I'm just outstanding. She's trying to get up, and they're gonna blow a whistle here as Locator is she's attempting to get up.
I think she got hit in the face, like you said, Andrew. Hopefully it's not a knee injury as she's getting up. That's a huge loss for Wayne Hills if she couldn't come back, but she's definitely staying in this game unless she's really hurt.
Oh, she's not coming out of this game if there was a thunderstorm. I mean, none of them would go, but I mean, they're staying in.
Well, if there was lightning, everyone would have to run off the field as fast as they could.
Yeah. And she's jogging toward the bench. I don't know what she's gonna do. Is she gonna tell Coach Lona Osric that she's okay, or is she gonna take a breather?
Well, actually, I would just like to inform everyone that Lona has just put on his hat. We forgot to talk about his style before. Before he was going without the hat and without the hood, but now it's getting a little cool for Lona as he has the hat on. And Locantor is going to the trainer, I believe.
To Margaret.
Margaret Doherty.
She's gonna take a little breather. Coming into the game, number 8, Jackie Giordano, good friend of mine. Friends with her sister, Erica. She's got a lot of heart. I talked to her about this game when I ran into her a couple days ago in the hallways, and she said, you know, we're pumped. You know, we know that Wayne Valley is good. We know Katie Ryan can score goals, but we have a lot of heart. We're young, and we can do this.
Speaking of Wayne Hills and their youth, they only have 3 seniors on this team, so even after this year, they're still going to be a huge powerhouse.
I mean, David, let's talk about Jackie Giordano now. She's coming to the game cold, off the bench, has not played a minute the whole game, and then Coach Lona Osric's like, Jackie, get in there. How could you feel?
Well, she just has to go back to the practices that Lona has had with this team, and she just has to think back to practice, what Lona said to her, and I mean, you play with everyone in practice, and you get continuity and stuff, and she just has to think about that. And obviously she's been paying attention to the game, knowing what's going on. But definitely has to be tough, especially coming in late in the game, in a game of this magnitude, when you know one mistake and you could lose this game.
Well, I know she's got the talent. There's no question about it. It's just is she mentally prepared? And we'll see that. Sabia kicks it to Giordano. Giordano kicks it down to not the Kunzig. As the ball goes down there, that was Lauren Sullivan with the cross. Excuse me, folks.
You know, soccer is truly a game of stamina, and you're seeing it right now here at the end of the second half. I mean, they really have to just grit it out and, you know, dig down deep, keep their motivation up so they can get this goal, because right now it's anyone's game. It's very, very likely.
As the second ball is on the field, Kunzig heads it. Ryan trying to get something started, trying to go through 3 people there. And you know what? That's selfishness, Dave. And she is down. Katie Ryan is hurt, but she's getting up.
Well, Katie Ryan was defended by 3 Patriots there. As I said before, the Patriots are really doing a great job swarming to the ball. But if I was Katie Ryan, I know she's the goal scorer, and I know she wants to get a clutch goal. But at that moment, I probably would have tried to pass it back to someone else who had a better shot. Well, I have a moment. Any questions, comments, or suggestions, please email the Wayne Hills TV Club at WayneHillsTV@AOL.com. Once again, that is WayneHillsTV@AOL.com.
Shot there by Ruddy, saved there by Samantha Levine. That was harder than what it looked, Dave, because it took a really hop on the turf, and Ruddy is hurt.
Oh, that's not good. When you see someone holding their knee, that's not good. Hopefully, Allie Ruddy gets up and she's okay.
And we will be back for this commercial break. And we're back here at the Paul Catholic Alumni Stadium. 8:37 remaining in the ball game. Scored and locked up at 0. Wayne Valley, Wayne Hills. Ball goes up into the Indians' territory. Taken there by Shalari.
Nicole Locantor is back in the game, which proves her toughness. You know, she really has great mental strength.
Absolutely, and physical strength. Bellandrini takes a shot. It's saved there by Samantha Levine. And she's really done an excellent job adjusting to the turf here. Kunzig kicks it up to Grossman. Grossman centers it up the field. Ball in Wayne Valley's favor. Well, Sambuli all over Ryan. Ryan trying to escape for room. She kicks out the field, taken there. Kicked up by Ash. Ball onto the other side of the field. Mishna kicks it up to Heskins. Ball goes up to Ash. To Locantor. Locantor to Sabia. Back to Mission. A lot of pushing and shoving coming around.
Oh, this game has definitely gotten more physical. The more time that expires, the more physical the game's getting, because both these teams really want to win this game. It's a huge game, huge rivalry. And now the need to score keeps on getting greater and greater. So that's why the game's getting more physical.
Heskins gives it to Sabia. Sabia crosses it. Sullivan trying to get to the cross, but nobody was there in time. Ball goes up. Goes down the field. Ash. Gonna throw it in. To Locantor. Locantor takes it. Mishna takes a shot, but it's blocked there by Bellandrini. Ball goes out of bounds.
So just over 6 minutes here in the game. So after this, it's overtime. Sudden death overtime. Well, one overtime period and then possibly a shootout. That's what I would think. I don't think they'd have sudden death overtime.
No, they wouldn't have sudden death. Locator crosses it. Bellandrini kicks it. Sabia going up, and it's going to be a foul on Jackie Sabia once again. More fouls are getting called as the course of the game has moved on. I'm Andrew Gayo, David Suntup, Matt Dubow, Michael Martinez, and Brian Rossman alongside me.
Player is down now.
Are they going to have a... Wayne Valley has really substituted more than Wayne Hills has, Dave, wouldn't you say? I mean, it's basically...
Wayne Hills has basically put the starters in this game. I totally agree with you. Other than the injury to Nicole Locantor, they've basically played the starters the whole game.
Besides Ali Salviano, she's gotten in. But besides that, it's been the starters.
I thought Salviano started.
Well, is she on the field now? No, I think she rotates in and out.
Okay, yeah, because she's been one of the big goal scorers on this team for the Wayne Hills
She's a sophomore,
Patriots.
so... Age does not matter.
Talent, heart, and desire is what matters, Andrew.
Locantor gives it back. Taking up the side, Ash. Ball goes up, Ash kicks it up. Bellandrini. It goes to go out of bounds, free throw for Wayne Valley. And folks, I mean, this is an amazing game, a great game. And just to think that this is just the semifinal, we still got the final against Lakeland coming up.
I truly believe that whoever emerges from this game will be the top-rated seed in the next. Maybe not seed, but will be the favorite. Exactly. Thank you for the help there, dude.
No problem, Matt. You know me. This is a team on and off the, in and out of the booth. Excuse me. Happens to the best of us.
Like I was saying, I truly believe whoever wins this game will have a much better shot than Lakeland at winning the county championship.
Oh, yeah. Like with the weather is really being a factor in the way I've been talking. Heskins kicks it up to Sabia. Sabia making a move, trying to create space. She centers it. Taken by Allie Ruddy of Wayne Valley. 3:17 remaining in the contest. Shalari kicks it up to Ryan. Ryan makes a move, takes a shot. It's saved, and then it goes off the crossbar, out of the goal. Another missed opportunity by Wayne Valley as a great defensive stop there by the Patriots and a lot of luck involved.
Katie Ryan beat the Wayne Hills defense and put a great shot on goal. A fantastic save by Sam Levine. And then I believe that was Allie Ruddy who had the second chance opportunity and it hit off the crossbar. Definitely the best scoring chance for either team today. And Wayne Valley has to be shaking their heads because they knew if they scored that goal, that could have been the game.
I mean, that was, Dave, I was starting to have a mental breakdown there.
Oh, same with me. I thought when Allie Ruddy was ready to kick that ball, I thought the game was probably over with. But after a play like that, do you think that gives Wayne Hills more confidence because Wayne Valley didn't score and they probably should have scored? Or do you think that gives Wayne Hills less confidence because they know that they had a bad defensive lapse?
I think it gives more confidence because if you saw after the play, Sam Levine was mobbed by her teammates as they were great size of relief. As Sabia takes it up, across the field, taken by Mishna. Ball taken by Clark. Header. Becchiolis takes it out again. Locator kicks it up the sideline to Sullivan. Sullivan running up the side. Nice clear there by the Valley defender. It's going to be either a throw-in or a free kick. A throw-in for the Wayne Hills Patriots. And we are under 2 minutes remaining here in the ball game. So let's see what happens here as a shot goes out and it's just right of the post. Another great shot there by Nicole Locantor.
Since we are in the final minutes of play here, it's very possible this could go into a shootout. And if that occurs, who do you think would be the favorite? Which goalie do you think is stronger?
Well, I think Samantha Levine has really been. I haven't seen much of Mozek tonight because I mean she hasn't gotten a lot of shots, but Samantha Levine has had the game of her life.
And she's gotten more opportunities to stop shots in regulation, so I think she'd be more ready in a shootout situation. But first we have overtime, and then after that, if no one scores, then there's a shootout. Is it sudden death overtime or just regular overtime?
I think it's just regular overtime. So we'll be here. We're not going anywhere. Stambouli fighting with Ryan down the sideline. Not literally, fighting for the ball. Don't think she wouldn't do that. Ball goes up the side. Ball kicked there. Header by Vishna to Bellandrini of Wayne Valley. Kicked across the field to Ruddy. To the other side. Cleared there by Katie Ash. Goes to the other side. It's going to be taken by Sabia. Sabia gets the ball. She's starting to push. Sabia's running up the field. She's going to try to create space. And the ball's taken outside. And that is the end of regulation as we are in a 0-0 tie and the Passaic County girls soccer semifinal game between Wayne Valley and Wayne Hills. We will be right back for the 10-minute overtime session after this. And we are back for the overtime period here at DePaul Catholic Alumni Stadium. Wayne Hills Patriots, Wayne Valley Indians tied up at 0 here in the Passaic County girls soccer semifinal game. I'm Andrew Gayo, David Suntop, Matt Dubow, Michael Martinez, and Brian Rossman alongside. Ballandrini takes it up. Ruddy splits the defense, knocked away by Becchiolis. Sensational play there by Becchiolis, getting her leg in there and breaking up. Salviano takes it up for the Patriots.
Sensational play there by Becchiolis as she comes through once again on defense, and then Victoria Mishna to help out with the clear. Great defense by the Wayne Hills Patriots.
This is better than last year's game, Dave, but it's much colder too. Heskins takes it. Gonna go out of bounds. It's gonna be a goal kick for the Indians. 9:10 remaining here in the game.
So I believe one overtime period and then a shootout. I'm not totally sure on the rules, but the overtime period is 10 minutes.
Goal kick there. Vecchiola steps up and heads the ball into Valley's zone. Ball goes to the sideline, out of bounds. Throw in here for the Patriots, taken by Mishna. Mishna throws it in to Sabia. Sabia. Mishna moves the ball around. Sabia kicks it. Goes into Jesse, not to Jesse Clark, to her sister. Locator to Erica Kunzig. Out of bounds, throw in here coming for the Patriots. Kunzig to take the throw in. To Locator. Another one out of bounds. Here goes Kunzig to throw it in. Ball goes down the side, taken by Wayne Valley. He's trying to get something started. Mishna kicks it to Bellandrini. Nobody's covering her. She makes a move, but it is taken away by Locator. Ruddy trying to make something to Katie Ryan. Stambouli covering her extremely tight, not giving her any space to work with. Tries to make a move or two. She clears it to the other side to Kerry Clark. Clark kicks it to Knudowicz. Knudowicz to Ruddy. Mishna clears the ball. She's getting it out of there to Heskins.
Great play on defense there by Victoria Mishna as Wayne Valley is threatening the Wayne Hill zone. A big clear there by Victoria Mishna.
And now a foul goes to Katie Ryan as Linda Stambouli did a great job of keeping her position and falling to the ground.
Linda Stambouli has just put a great game, doing a great job covering Katie Ryan. As you can see, the defensive stance there taught to her by Coach Percy, the basketball coach at Wayne Hills for girls.
Locator to Sullivan.
As the Wayne Valley faithful started to get into this game with Let's Go Valley chants.
The ball goes out of bounds. Gonna be a throw in for Wayne Hills.
Just over 6 minutes and 30 seconds here left in overtime. I'm not sure how many overtime periods there are. As our Karen, Michael Martinez, is freezing out here. Just talk about heart and desire. Think of Michael Martinez working for the Wayne Hills Video Club, even though he's a student at the Seton Hall Preparatory School. Anyways, back to the action, Andrew.
Bellandrini trying to make a move. Taken by Sabia. Sabia trying to create space, trying to spread the team out. She kicks it to Locator. Locator takes it up for the Lady Patriots. She kicks it back. Nice boot there by Mallory Grossman. It goes into the Valley zone and saved there by Shannon Mozek. Mozek puts it towards the sideline. It's going to take a high hop to April Knudowicz. Taken by Katie Ash. Ash, it's out the side. Going to be a throw in here for the Valley Indians. Nice header there by Chelsea, Linda Stambouli, pardon me. Katie Ash tries to kick it on this down the sideline. Taken by Knudowicz. Vecchiola kicks it down the field to Sabia. Sabia trying to split the defenders of Wayne Valley. Sabia tries to make a move, looking for a teammate to pass it to. He goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a throw-in for Wayne Hills. Actually, it's going to be for Wayne Hills, yes.
The excitement in the stands is just building and building. I mean, these fans cannot wait to see a winner, whoever it may be. I mean, everyone's good, great sport here in Wayne. You know, lots of inter-town support, and I really truly believe that every single fan here will be happy with whatever team wins here tonight.
Mishna sends a crossing ball that curves at the last second left of the Wayne Valley's net. Chip Smith keeps constantly substituting players on his Wayne Valley Indians, keeping his players fresh.
Yeah, Chip Smith has made a lot of substitutions today, but Lona really hasn't made too many substitutions.
4:28 remaining here in the ball game. Tie game here, 0-0. It's going to be a free kick here for the Patriots. The fouls are coming more often now than not. Lokentor to take the free kick. Kicks a deep one. And it goes just left once again. These girls can show that they can kick, Dave.
Oh, definitely. A really strong kick there by Nicole Lokentor, but just a little bit to the left of the net, and now Wayne Valley have a free kick. Actually, goal kick, excuse me.
Low goal kick there. As Shannon Mozek does not take the goal kicks for the Indians, whereas Samantha Levine takes them for the Patriots. Interesting strategy. Mishna heads it up the field to Salviano. Salviano to the center to Sabia, to Sabrina Heskins. Lost track of the ball. Ryan trying to make some moves. The ball goes down the side. Ash hits it out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in here for Wayne Valley. Linda covering Katie Ryan. Katie Ryan trying to put some sort of move on her. And she runs over Victoria Mission. That's going to be a foul there on Katie Ryan. Ryan, I think that's frustration because she hasn't been able to get anything started.
Well, that goes back to the kind of defense that Wayne Hills has put against Katie Ryan. She hasn't had a lot of room to operate, as Linda Stamboli has had most of the coverage on Katie Ryan, guarding her one-on-one. So it's been really tough for Katie Ryan and the Wayne Valley Indians to get any good score opportunities in this game. Even though they did have a few, but they couldn't capitalize. And like I said before in the beginning of the game, it's not about how many score opportunities you get, it's how many times you capitalize. And even though Wayne Valley's had more opportunities and better opportunities than Wayne Hills, neither team has been able to capitalize.
Salviano taking it down for Wayne Hills. And they're also going to go out of bounds. And they're going to call a foul there for tripping on Ali Salviano. I don't know, Dave. I mean, they haven't been calling out the whole day, and now all of a sudden they call it. I don't know. Be consistent.
I actually didn't see the play. I was looking towards the middle of the field.
Under 2 minutes remaining here in the overtime now. Lokentor kicks it up to Sabrina Heskins. Taken away by Allie Ruddy. Ash kicks it up the field for the Patriots. Taken by the Indians. Lokentor trying to create space. Sabia takes the ball to Salviano. Salviano kicks it up. Ball just going all over the place on the field. Mishna, she creates room. She kicks it to the side to Lokentor. She shoots and is knocked off the Valley defender's legs. Shaleri kicks it up. As Katie Ash does a great job of clearing it away from Katie Ryan, who was coming in fiercely, going for the ball. Ball now in Wayne Hills zone. Olis heads the ball down. Shaleri takes it. Ruddy takes it down for the Indians. Shot there, saved there by Samantha Levine. What a sensational play there by Samantha Levine, as Katie Ryan was just stuffed on that play.
Katie Ryan was surprised there herself. Katie Ryan thought she had the game won, but what a sensational save by Samantha Levine as she dives to her left. That's definitely the save of the night. No doubt about it.
Save of the year, to say the least. Oh my goodness, what a play by Samantha Levine.
I think that's really gonna put a drop in Wayne Valley's morale, because they've had some good scoring opportunities in this game and they haven't been able to capitalize it because Sam Levine has done such a great job in goal for Wayne Hills.
You know, if you're a Wayne Hills defender, you really have to treat Sam Levine to a dinner tonight, because she saved you quite a few times tonight. Without her in the game, who knows what would have happened.
Just like Vaca did last year for the Patriots. Savias takes a shot, is knocked down. And that is the end of the overtime here, as the score is still locked up 0-0. And are we going to go to a shootout or a second overtime? Not sure yet.
Well, we're going to find that right now, but if you like defense, this is the game for you. That's all I could say.
We will be right back, as we're going to go to a commercial break. Don't go away. And we are back at the Paul Catholic Alumni Stadium. Second overtime here. 0-0 Wayne Hills, Wayne Valley. I'm Andrew Gayo, David Suntup, Matt Dubow, Michael Martinez, and Brian Rossman alongside me. Locator gives it to Savia. Savia trying to run the tempo for the Patriots. Locator kicks it down to Sullivan. It's broken up by the Wayne Valley defense. Bellandrini kicks it to Ryan. Ryan kicks it back to her defense as she could not make a move against Stambouli. Kunzig clears it. What a sensational play by Erica Kunzig. Kunzig kicks it down the sideline. Gonna be a throw in here for Wayne Valley.
As the side judge is yelling at some of the players for being too close to the field. Wayne, you have a good story to tell you. During one of your games, I came to one of your games when you were in 6th grade playing for the Wayne Panthers, and I had to do that job. And there was a controversial play where the ball was almost out of bounds, but I thought it was in, and so I waved my flag and the other team had to score, so it's a tough job.
Oh, it is a tough job. Especially when people are in your way, too, such as that situation. Back to the game anyway. Ball goes down the side as Erica Kunzig wisely lets it go out of bounds for a goal kick for Samantha Levine. 8:59 remaining here in the ball game. Double overtime, 0-0 Wayne Hills, Wayne Valley. Locator, nice header there. Kunzig boots it deep down the sideline. Sabrina trying to get to it. Savia trying to get the tempo started for the Patriots. Savia. And it's going to be knocked out of bounds. A throw in here for the Patriots.
Wayne Hills has not had too many opportunities in the middle of the field in front of the Wayne Valley goal. They have to try to create space and get some opportunities in front of the net.
Kunzig kicks it to the center. And it's saved there by Shannon Mozek. A near goal there by Sabrina Heskins. And as it tipped off her foot into Mozek's hands.
Just what I was talking about before, getting opportunities in front of the Wayne Valley goal. That ball, if it's misplayed by the Wayne Valley goalie, Wayne Hills can have a good opportunity to score.
Clear there by Katie Ash. Kicks it down the side. Locator takes it for the Patriots. She kicks it down the side for Lauren Sullivan. She's running. She centers it right to Wayne Valley's defense, unfortunately, and is cleared by the Indians. Ryan getting double teamed. Going to be a handball on Linda Stambouli as the free kick coming here for the Indians.
Just over 7 minutes here left in the second overtime. The score is tied at 0. It's been a great defensive battle. And now, do you think teams start to get tense and players start to get tense now that they know that one mistake could end the game?
Absolutely, Dave. But Lona's group's been here before. You know, they're a young group, but they've been tested, battle tested. And playing in the extremely hard NBIL. Kicked up there by Lauren Sullivan. Great clear there to get the ball out of the Wayne Hills zone. Little punt there by Mozek that goes deep down the field. Kunzig kicks it down the side. Kick to the middle. Olis does a great job of controlling it. Goes to Ruddy, unfortunately. Locator takes it down the field. He's driving. Ash to Mishna. Mishna to Locator. Taken by Katie Ryan. Taken away by Savia. Savia mugged Katie. And she just pushed over Jackie Savia. That's the frustration. And then she kicks the ball away. That's unsportsmanlike by Katie Ryan. And a yellow card.
On Katie
she gets
Ryan.
the yellow card, and she's going to have to sit out now. She lost her cool.
The yellow card?
You have to sit out. And now I think it's double overtime. I think she's out for the rest of the game.
Well, that's definitely really costly if she has to sit out for the rest of the game. But that was a foul because Katie Ryan just knocked Jackie Xavier down. In that situation, you just have to keep your cool. You have to walk away. And you just have to let the game come to you. I know it's tough because it's a huge game, but in that situation, you have to walk away and think about the consequences that your team could suffer.
Let's see how they handle the adversity. Locator takes it up the field to Sullivan. Sullivan boots it down into Valley's box as it is cleared by Carrie Clark. Taken there by Wayne Hills. Ash to Olis. Olis to Kunzig. Kunzig to Sullivan. Sullivan saves it from going out of bounds. Kunzig kicks it down the field. It is knocked down there by Wayne Valley's defense. Trails out of bounds. It's going to be a throw in here for Wayne Hills.
Just over 5 minutes here left at the DePaul Catholic Alumni Stadium. So 5 minutes left here in double overtime. If it's still scoreless, I believe then it goes to a shootout. But
Yes.
if Katie Ryan has to miss the rest of this game, it's going to be really costly, especially if there's a shootout.
Absolutely, David. April takes it down the sideline for the Indians. She crosses it, but is knocked away there by Victoria Mishna. Great play on defense there.
Victoria Mishna has just put a fantastic game, and especially in overtime where she's made some great clears.
Saved there by Samantha Levine, coming out of the traffic and grabbing it, getting it out of their zone. As Valley's trying to push it now. They're getting I think now that Ryan's out, they're getting a little flustered.
Oh, definitely. Katie Ryan is the engine that helps this Wayne Valley team go. And with her out of the game, it definitely lowers the confidence of the Wayne Valley Indians, knowing that their best player is on the field.
Wait, now, Kate, she's coming back in. So I guess our rule interpretation was incorrect.
I didn't think she was out for the game. That's a red card when you're out for the game.
Yeah.
But she gets another yellow, then she's out of the game. But I think that Katie Ryan probably learned her lesson there, and I'm sure next time something like that happens, she's just going to move on after the ref makes his call.
Sorry, folks at home, for misjudging that call. We all make mistakes. We're learning on the run here. Locator gives it up to Grossman, who kicks it down the sideline. Locator to Heskins. Heskins takes it, trying to put a move on. She's running, trying to run through two defenders by herself. 3 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the double overtime. Throw in here for Wayne Hills. Heskins takes it down. Bicycle kick there by Wayne Valley. Right by Lona Osrek. He's wearing his hat now, D.
Yeah, I mentioned that before. I think he put it on before the first overtime period.
Yes, he did. Heskins takes it down into Valley zone. It's going to be a corner kick now. Oh, no, it's not. Valley player did not touch it. It's going to be a goal kick for the Indians.
So now, 2 minutes and 37 seconds here left in double overtime. In the second overtime, excuse me.
Can I just say I am freezing? Like, this is cold stuff. I can't imagine.
Matt, you're up here in the booth just
I can't
saying
imagine how
words.
this is being as a player, you know.
The players have been out here since 4:30, giving everything that they've had. I mean, you're just a broadcaster.
And
There's girls playing their heart out.
A wimpy broadcaster at that.
Well, I guess Janice and Joseph didn't prepare you for the rigors of the cold like Rita did for me.
I'm sorry, my mother does not dress me anymore.
And the whole week, my mother, Rita, was just telling me, David, it's going to be freezing. You better be dressed warmly. And, well, I got to tip my hat to my mother.
Ball's kicked down the side, taken by Samantha Levine. And she throws it under 2 minutes remaining. Sullivan kicks it to the center. To Stambouli. Back to the other side of the field. Ash kicks the ball spiraling to the 45-yard line. Lauren Sullivan takes it. Kunzig clears it. Sabrina to Sabia. Sabia trying to run the Patriots now, trying to get the score before the end of the double overtime. Sabia making room for herself. And it's going to be kicked out of bounds as a throw-in for the Patriots with under 2 minutes remaining here in the double overtime of the Passaic County Girls Soccer semifinal game between Wayne Hills and Wayne Valley.
So, Andrew, if this goes to a shootout, who do you think the shootout would favor?
Well, Dave, now that Ryan's back, I mean, it's close. I can't make the call. I think if you had to go with goalies, I'd say Samantha Levine, and Hills has the advantage.
I choose Samantha Levine more so because she's had a lot of opportunities to make saves, and she has so much confidence after making a couple great saves there late in the game and in overtime. The Wayne Valley goaltender has not been able to be tested tonight because she hasn't had as many shots on goal. And goaltending is definitely the key in a shootout, because if you could minimize the scoring chances in a shootout, you'll have a great chance.
Sabia is going to be called for another push. As it's going to be another free kick for Valley. Ball's kicked, headed by Olis. They're trying to clear it away, and they do so. Great play there by Victoria Mishna and the Wayne Hills defense. Ball taken there to Kanunowish. Kanunowish passes it, and there's room, and Samantha Levine's going to let it go out of bounds, and it's going to be a goal kick here, and they do not get it off at time, and we are going to go to the shootout.
I would assume there would have to be a shootout now. And if there is a shootout, this brings back memories of the girls' field hockey county final last year, Wayne Hills versus Passaic Valley.
Let's not hope it's the same result.
Oh, let's hope not. But that game was tied at 1. No one scored in overtime, and then they went to a shootout.
And we will be back for this after this short break. And we are back at the Paul Catholic Alumni Stadium in the shootout as Wayne Hills and Wayne Valley are all knotted up at 0. I'm Andrew Gayo, David Suntup, Matt Dubow, Mike Martinez, and Brian Rossman alongside me. Katie Ryan is going to take the first of the kicks in the shootout. Samantha Levine to defend the net. Ryan to shoot first. This is key right here because this is the best player, arguably, on the field.
And definitely Wayne Valley's best player. So if Wayne Hills could hold Wayne Valley here, that will definitely be key. And I think it will definitely set the tone for the shootout.
Yet to see who will kick first for the Patriots. But all we know is that Katie Ryan's kicking first for the Wayne Valley Indians. Justin Dubin just informed us that the pressure's more on the kicker, so I'll take it from him. I'll take his word. Katie Ryan to take the kick first. She shoots and she scores as Wayne Valley is leading the shootout right now 1-0. Jackie Sabia to take the honors for the Patriots.
I saw some of these shootouts in the World Cup, and basically, as a goalie, you just have to know tendencies of the shooters, and basically it's kind of like guessing where they're going to go, like depending on how they come up to the ball. So it's basically a guessing game.
Yeah, it basically is.
Exactly. I mean, really what the shooter has to do is commit to a side. Don't try to trick out the goalie. That's when you make stupid kicks.
Sabia to kick the second one, and she scores. So we're all knotted up at 1-1. One apiece.
Does anyone know who the taller goalie is? Is it Sam Levine or is it? Because that's going to have a lot to do with this. I mean, goalie saves and kickouts and shootouts, comes down to reach. It comes down to whether you can reach far enough to save that ball and if you commit early enough. It's all about picking, just like Dave said before.
Do you have any idea who number 24 is?
No.
Okay, so number 24 to kick for Valley. She shoots, and it's off the post. It is off the post. What a huge break for Wayne Hills.
Oh, a huge miss right there because Sam Levine gets to the right, and the shooter shot it to the left, and she had a wide open net, but she couldn't capitalize as she shanks it off the post.
Erica Kunzig, number 16, to take the second kick for the Patriots. If you saw in that last shot, Sam Levine was just in celebration, punching the post. She is pumped. Erica Kunzig against Shannon Mozak to take the second shot. Kunzig with a shot. And it is off the top. And she goes high. So we're still knotted up at 1 apiece.
Instead of going for one of the corners, Erica Kunzig tries to go top shelf. And if she had that probably a couple inches longer, Wayne Hills would have had a 2-1 lead. But both teams catching breaks in terms of the goaltenders.
Shalari to take the kick for the Indians in our third kick of the shootout. We're tied up at 1. Shalari to kick, and she scores. So it's 2-1 Wayne Valley now, as Victoria Mishna is going to set to take the kick for the Patriots.
You know, Sam Levine can't get too frustrated with herself. It seems like she's given up. She has to stand there and commit. It's all about commitment. She seems to be just giving up. Even if you jump to the wrong side, you know, make something happen.
Absolutely, Matthew. She's got to keep her head in there. Mishna to take the kick, and she is wide left. It is 2-1 Wayne Valley now, and Chiara Ballandrini is getting set to take the fourth kick for the Indians.
If Wayne Valley could score here, they would be up 2 goals in the shootout, and then Wayne Hills would basically be in a really, really tough situation because they would both shooters for Wayne Hills have to score, and the upcoming shooters for Wayne Hills are Becky Ollis and Nicole Lokentor.
This is huge for both teams because if Sam Levine saves this, Wayne Hills is going to have a sigh of relief. And if Wayne Valley makes it, they're at a huge advantage. Ballandrini shoots, and she scores. Wayne Valley is up 3-1, and this is it, folks. If Nicole Locator scores here, Wayne Hills is still in it, and if it's not, Wayne Valley will win this game and go on to face Lakeland in the county final.
You know, Nicole Locator is extremely experienced. She handles pressure very well as the captain. I believe in her. I believe the team believes in her, along with her coach, and I think she's going to make things happen here. I mean, this is what it comes down to. This is great sporting at its best.
Oh, yes, this is Locator. She's the captain. This is her senior year. She's not going to let this go. And she's going to take the shot off Mozak. Locator, the shot, and she's up over the crossbar. And the Wayne Valley Indians have just defeated the Wayne Hills Patriots 3-1 in a shootout here at DePaul Catholic Alumni Stadium in the Passaic County Girls Soccer semifinal. Guys, a heartbreaker for Wayne Hills.
Definitely a heartbreaker for Wayne Hills. These teams battling it out for such a long time. 100 minutes of soccer, and then it comes down to a shootout. And Wayne Valley just had the better shooters today. And you got to tip your hats to both teams. But Wayne Valley just came out on top. And I know the Wayne Hills Patriots are very devastated, but that doesn't take away from the great season that they're having. And Wayne Valley now moves on to the finals to face Lakeland. And Wayne Valley is also having a fantastic season as they improve to 13-0.
You know, the team does not get much practice at shootouts. You don't see them very often. So you got to give both Sam Levine and Nicole Oakendorf credit. Even though they didn't make it through the shootout as they would like, they played amazing in the game. Sam Levine had great saves and kept their team in it. You know, there wouldn't have been a shootout without her. So she can't be upset with herself. She's just the whole Wayne Hills team has to be happy with their performance, keep their heads held high. I mean, as much as you don't want to say it was a good loss, because no loss is a good thing, they really played great, and I mean, that's the way to lose it if you're going to go down.
And you know what? Lona Osrek, we all know who the coach she is. They still have a season to play, because unlike last year when they lost to Ramapo in the state semifinals, they had no other games to play. But now, since they still have season to go, you know that he's going to rally his troops back, and they're going to learn from this loss, because Lona Osrek, his style is to learn from losing, and it's just all about defense. And I guarantee you, his team will be back next year in the county tournament.
Oh, definitely. Wayne Valley got their revenge today, but look for Wayne Hills to try to get their revenge next year against these Wayne Valley Indians. And Wayne Hills, they could still make a lot of noise in states.
Absolutely, guys. I mean, it happened to be that this game, we got to tip our hat to Wayne Valley, because when it mattered, they came through in the shootout, 3-1. I mean, there's nothing really else to say except that it was a hard-fought game by both teams, and it happened to be that Valley had the edge in the scoring.
If Wayne Valley lost this game, I don't know if they would have recovered, because they had 2 great scoring opportunities, and they thought they should have had the game won first in the second half of the game and then in overtime. So this is definitely a huge win for Wayne Valley, and they're looking to win their second county title in the last 3 years.
Absolutely, guys. I mean, Mike Martinez has something to say.
It was just a pleasure being with you guys. I really enjoyed this game, and even though it's really cold, great game, guys.
Michael, it's always an honor. Best of luck playing baseball at the Seton Hall Preparatory School.
I guess my last words are, it's tough loss for Wayne Hills, but you know what? You still got the state playoffs coming up. So
well, before you go, Mike, any comments about the Ghost Knights?
Ghost Knights, you heard?
You heard it from him, folks. Matt Dubow has something to say before we go.
All I have to say is we basically said it all. It's freezing, so Andrew, do the honors. Get us out of here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for Mike Martinez, Brian Rossman, Matt Dubow, David Suntop, I'm Andrew Gayo. 3-1, Wayne Valley wins in a shootout here at DePaul Catholic Alumni Stadium. We'll see you later.